It's hard. It's hard for something to add value, to increase in value that constantly gets used. Listen to what I said, Ocho.
You know what's funny?
Name something that increases in value that's constantly get used.
What up, dude? This your boy Peanut the People's Nut, man. Back with another one. I'm just a practitioner in life giving helpful advice. Today's helpful advice is going to come from your boy Shannon Samuels. My bad. Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco, man. Like you saw in the beginning, they're going to be touching on a topic that a lot of people in this red pill space and all these other spaces have been saying for a while. And I've been saying this for a while. A lot of women are going to miss the love boat waiting for the yacht because they all have the same notion that they deserve this 1%, 10% man. I'm going to have a bit of a different take on this subject because I just got finished reading an awesome book called The Manipulated Man by Esther Villar. And so I'm going to tie in some of the things that I learned or gleaned from her book. And this book was written back in 1971. So it's crazy that things have gotten worse. And man, just make sure y'all stay tuned to the end. A lot of women are learning that even these high value men have standards and demands and things that they desire. And a lot of these women are not even understanding or grasping that. I think that even though they said Kevin Samuels is the one that coined this, I believe all men have been thinking this way. Not just the high value man, but the common man have thought this way also. Because we all have the same similar values and things that we deem worthy for a committed relationship. Of course, you're going to have those exceptions to the rules, as they call the simps and all these other men that don't want what the other man or the common man desire. And a lot of women are willing to submit or tolerate high value men because they provide material. And that's something Esther Villar touched on in her book, that most women don't really care about much but materialism. And again, the fact that this book was written back in 1971, I'm going to ask you guys, do you think things have gotten better or have they gotten worse? Especially because of the desires of women. I really just believe that men are having an awakening moment. A lot of men are realizing that we were getting a raw deal. We were getting a bad deal. And even these high value men or these men that have means, they're realizing that they're getting the bad deal and they can pay for these women and they don't even want to do it. So either these women are going to have to get on board and start listening to men's desires and what we want and stop listening to the sisterhood, or they're going to have to do what my man's Kevin Samuels coined and his catchphrase, buy a dog and buy it long. Because at the end of the day, men do not have to participate or have to try to meet your demands or your expectations of men. So all these women that be threatening men that like, I'd rather be single, that's fine and dandy. If that's what you truly choose to be single or get into a lesbian relationship or just buy a dog and die alone. But let's jump into it, man. Let's see what Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco was talking about.
Ocho, a woman posted a very interesting video this week. Let's take a look at it.
So there's a stat on Facebook, and basically it says, men are not obsessed with women like they used to be. Y'all don't find that kind of weird? And to be honest, no, I don't find that kind of weird. So it seems to me like a lot of y'all are now starting to realize that you're either losing value or have lost value from chasing attention. And now that's something that y'all got to deal with, and y'all can't face that fact.
I don't get why so many women haven't understood this, or they just think that men are just complaining or quote unquote sassy, or these dusty men, they broke, so they can't provide. So that's why we saying stuff like this. But they're starting to learn even these high value men hold the same sentiments as the common man. Like they gonna learn, they gonna around and find out. That's what they're gonna do.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
When you keep saying, I don't need a man, I don't need a man, then you convince yourself. And then you want to be masculine because you think you can talk to, at the end of the day, that's still a man. And I'm not saying, look, I'm old and know how my grandmother and how I saw everybody raised. See, these women today, they talk about, oh, I want to be treated like my mom and my great-grandma got to treat, but y'all don't behave like that.
It's not logic.
Y'all ain't cooking. Y'all ain't cooking no meal every day. When my grandfather got home at lunch, meal on the table. He got home at dinner, meal on the table. He ate first. It wasn't no arguing back and forth. When my grandfather said they can, they did. When he said they couldn't, they couldn't. But y'all, I'm gonna do me. Okay, well, do you? I don't have to be a part of it.
So many men, and shout out to my man Ho Math. So many men been saying this hoflation. A lot of these women have so many high demands of what they say they want and want a man to do, but they're not half the women of the women from the past. Even all these panderers, these OGs out here talking about, oh, y'all little boys, y'all Steve Harvey and all. Like, these are not the same women that y'all once dated. These women don't even bring half of what those women of the past did that make men want to do those type of things for them. A lot of these women are only bringing entitlement, attitude, and demands. And it's like, why would I subject myself to that type of treatment just so I can pay your bills? Just so I can say I have a woman? Just so I can have some that's already been used? Like, come on. And then, like, it's so laughable. It really is so laughable how some of these women are pricing themselves out of the dating market, and they just gonna have to buy a dog and die alone. Like, if you're really content with where you at, paying 100% of your bills, because I ain't going 50-50. I ain't going 50-50.
Y'all, she don't even know what I was saying. I said men are supposed to pay all the bills in 2025. Oh, hell.
Buy a dog, die alone.
Pay my own bills, 5, 6, 6 figures.
Hey.
I don't need no man trying to go 50-50. I don't need no man trying to go 50-50.
Well, pay 100%. I don't have to be with you. I don't have to be with you. I don't have to try to come pay 100% of your bills to be with you. You can sit there and pay your 100%, and I pay my 100%. And I'm perfectly fine with how I'm living. You know what I mean? I believe that most men feel this way. One of the things that Esther Villard pointed out in The Manipulated Man, she said that women do not practice abstract thought. So they don't really think about the consequences. I don't think a lot of women thought about the consequences, especially them getting online saying all this, I don't need a man, I don't need a man, men are useless, I'd rather pick the bear. They didn't think that it was going to have an adverse effect. Or even them wanting to go to work and doing all this other stuff, that I'm an independent boss chick. I don't think that they thought that it was going to have an adverse effect. And then, like Shannon Sharp said, they don't want a man until they need a man. And at that point, do men want them? Because a lot of them do wait until a lot of them do wait until like they pass their prime. They don't believe that there's a such thing as hitting a wall. It's like this in most cultures. Like they don't even take the time to go look at other cultures. Because in China, they say it. Once you pass 30, you're past your prime. You're past marriage age. Because what value are you bringing that man besides your used car? That's what we're going to call it. Your used car, your used real estate. You know what I mean? Like, you've already let so many men into your offices that it's like, what value am I getting? I mean, to the point that I want to commit and take care of you full time, just like, it don't make sense. And we see so many of these women on Kendra G, on Kevin Samuels, on all these different platforms. You're bringing extra baggage in, and you're expecting the man to be happy about it. You're expecting this man to just be like, oh man, thank you. Thank you for picking me to take and pay care of all of your bills. I love you.
And so I think the thing is that they've convinced themselves they don't need a man until they need a man. And then you 20, now you 45, now you 50. Now your options are limited.
Right. Yeah. I don't think women understand that the options are limited, especially today, especially for what they want. When you look at their expectations and what they expect and what they're looking for, it's very hard. It's very hard to get.
Ocho, it's not hard. But here's the thing. What you want gotta want you.
Ooh.
See, that's the problem. True. Okay, you want a guy. Oh, he need to be over 6 foot tall. Oh, he needs to make 6 figures. Oh, he need to do this.
Right.
Well, every time you throw out something that he needs to be, you a percentage, 15, 20%. Whew. So now you down to 5%. That 5% of the man that you want, that's over 6 foot tall, that has a nice body, that makes 6 figure, that's well-to-do, does he want you?
And that's another thing. So many women, and most women, think that they're good women. They really believe that they're good women and that they are a catch or they are the prize. They have these inflated egos because of social media, because of the so much have changed because of technology, the dating landscape, and we're in a global economy that these women exploit their prime. They get flown out, they get used up, they get doing all this other stuff, and they say they won't settle. But a lot of them don't realize you're already settling. You're already settling to either be alone or get used by these men that don't really need you or that have a plethora of women throwing themselves at them. Because we see this again on all these dating platforms, they all kind of desire the same man. And from a logical man, a thinking man, I think we're all going to come to the same conclusion. So I don't believe that what a lot of these red pillars and everybody, when some of these women thought that Kevin Samuels is the reason why these men think in this way. No, I believe that most men are going to come to the logical conclusion that this is stupid, that your high expectations is going to keep you from getting what you actually truly desire. And that, again, a lot of y'all are already settling. You're going to have to settle to have to buy a dog and die alone or share this high value man with other women because so many women want him, or just be happy single. Like, I don't think they realize this because, like Esther Villar said in the book, they don't practice abstract thought. They don't. She even said, she said most women are stupid. That's basically what she said. She said they're so stupid that they don't think about consequences or outcomes. The only thing that they're concerned about is their own selfish pleasure, their own selfish pursuits. And so many of them have this inflated ego because of social media. They can get flown out. You can get flown out. You can get used. You can get a Birkin bag out of some of these rappers and all that other stuff. But what is a Birkin bag? What is all this material stuff? I'm going to show you this clip from Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
Women get in their feelings and they get past the Birkin bags. They now want time, commitment, and a faithful man. But a man who's leading only with his money and honey, baby, don't have that to give you. He's giving you exactly what you wanted, which is just a good time. So don't gaslight him. Enjoy the time and make a good experience from it. And
is it safe to say that women are never satisfied? Because once they do get the Birkin bags and all this other stuff, then what? Then they all say the same thing. I want love. I want simple things. And then you overlook that those men. And another thing Esther Villard pointed out in her book is that a lot of women have manipulated men to gain wealth from us. And we see this all day, every day. If you watch Friends of the Court, if you watch any of these other videos, how women are taking men to the cleaners and that they expect men to work their asses off and work themselves to the bone to take care of two functional adults. Listen to this young lady, right? Listen to this young lady. And she is so delusional that she has an excuse for why she doesn't have to work and why she needs a man's resources. And you would be a fool. You would be a fool if you sign up for her. She's an attractive young lady, but you would be a fool because what are you getting out of it? Just so you can have a trophy wife? What do trophies do? You put them on the shelf and you take them out to show them off. So they're useless.
And you, as someone who's neurodivergent, it is much better to have a partner who has money so they can give you the resources and support that you need in every facet of your life. It's not, oh, you can't have children before y'all start being ableist. It's just we need the proper support so that we don't feel overwhelmed. And unfortunately, typically the only way we can get that form of support or reassurance is through money. So yes, if you're autistic or you have ADHD, please listen to me. Having a partner who doesn't have money is gonna ruin you. Not just from the things that I've mentioned, but it's gonna be very hard for them to show you love and take care of you in the ways that you need to be taken care of, because like I said, we are much higher needs in comparison to someone who's neurotypical, and oftentimes they're unfortunately just not going to be able to fulfill.
So when men saying that most of these women are only for recreational use only, and they don't have wife qualities because they're not listening to men, they're listening to other women because that's who they really value. They only value other women's opinion. They value the sisterhood, but they're not listening to men, but they still desire men. They still want our attention. They still want us to court them. They still get their value from what a man does from them. That's why you see so many women on social media posting what their boyfriend did for them, what their boyfriend do for them, or what this man was doing, or how this man took them on a $300 date. One word I say I swear I hate so much is I deserve, because that shows your immaturity and that shows your lack of understanding, because nobody deserves anything. Nobody owes you anything. A better phrase is I created or I cultivated my character that makes men want to give me these things. Just because you pretty don't mean, or a woman don't mean you deserve to be lazy. And what Esther Villard pointed out in the book is that men have made the world so comfortable and so easy for women that they honestly believe that they don't have to do anything or use their intellect, and they just have become more lazy, more demanding, and more entitled to things that they haven't even worked for or even contribute to.
It's hard. It's hard for something to add value, to increase in value that constantly gets used. Listen to what I said, Ocho.
You know what's funny?
Name something that increases in value that's constantly get used. You told me about my Ferrari. You say, buy that Ferrari, but put it up. A bottle of wine. Philippe Rothschild, Petrus, Camus.
Right. 1942.
They ain't drinking it. I'm just saying.
And they swear we being misogynist if we point out or compare them to a car or any of these things. But it's the same principle. The same principle applies. How you going up in value when you come in with kids, you done had 300 bodies? Like, a man's chastity doesn't hold any value, but a woman's chastity does. It has always. But these new modern women, and since the sexual liberation, they're free to go explore and do whatever they want. But then they want to turn around at a buzzer, try to get a buzzer beater and get a man to commit to them. But they don't understand how men are, and they don't care to understand the man's psyche. Like, how can I feel special about something when everybody else done had it? Like, most of us honestly don't care about body count. But when you get to sleeping with the whole neighborhood, or you the neighborhood bicycle, how do I feel proud to walk around with you? And I got men laughing at me behind my back. And again, that's why they like these men that be like, oh, I don't care about that stuff. I don't care about, like, they're trying to manipulate these men to believing that they're gaining something of value after she done passed it out to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. She like a Costco sample. Everybody done had a, nah, I'm good. I don't want to buy that product.
Boy, you just dropped the gym right there, and I don't even think the chat was paying attention.
Yeah, because everything, you know, Ocho, I want somebody at least 6 foot tall. I want somebody at least 200 pounds. I want somebody that make at least 6 figures. I want somebody that go to church. I want somebody that like to travel. So you name 6 things that you like. Okay, you find that guy, but he's only probably in the 1%. So that 1% of the men that you're looking for, is he looking for the 15 to 20% of the women that's looking for him? So now if he's not, so now I'm valuable. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. Huh? Tom Brady wants.
They know they worth. They know they worth.
Worth is what someone is willing to pay for something. Oh. Tom Brady can list his house for $150 million. But I guarantee you, after 6 months, over a year, that house ain't sold. I guarantee you he dropped the price.
Okay.
So now, if somebody comes in and says to Tom, he want $150 million, I give you $100 million cash. Okay, I take it. That's what the house was worth. See, you don't get to determine your worth if somebody's not paying for it. That's what women got to understand. You keep saying, are you buying yourself? Are you purchasing yourself? So where's the value? Value is only, something is only valuable if somebody will purchase it. I want $600,000 for this tube of lip therapy. It's worth $7. They got to stop this notion talking about, I know my worth, I know my worth. Your worth is what someone is willing to pay for it.
See, and they rather listen to men like Derek Jackson or Ace Metaphor and all these other men that like to pander to women. But Kevin Samuels kept trying to tell them this, and I've been saying this. I had to tell my sister this a long time ago, because she swear that she just, I don't know, and I had to tell her this. We don't experience ourselves. So if somebody keeps saying something about you, or you keep hearing the same thing, that that's what happens. So like a lot of women, like we said, y'all got to understand that you don't get to set your value. You get to set your standards. But if nobody is buying it or nobody is settling, you just pricing yourself out the market. But again, they rather listen to these Ace Metaphor. You are the rib. You all wasting your time with these men they just a snack for you. But somebody is waiting on you because they rib. But they don't want that man that think of them as their rib. They want these men that think of them as the snack, because they know they worth. And these men that think of them as a snack is either he has a ton of money, or he's attractive in some type of way. He's whatever, the Chad and Tyrone's, as they say. And then they just waste their time with these men until they wake up and realize that I wasted my time and I could have had something that I truly want. But by that time they wake up, because it's only until they're 30, but they supposed to be way more smarter than men. They supposed to develop faster. Like, they like to play both sides. First, you want to be powerful, and women are more intelligent. Women are all of these things, but then y'all be game goofy. It don't make sense. Like, it don't make sense.
You know, you know what also, when I think about is in general, women, they put themselves in unwinnable positions at times. You know, they play hard to get. They're very difficult. They create this perception that all the work the man is going to put in the end, you know, they're just getting this. Oh my goodness, this is so much different than everybody else. When in hindsight, once you are gained access to it, it's no different than anybody else. That's why they play the difficult game in the beginning. That's why they make you jump through hoops and make you jump through obstacles, because there's really nothing at the end of that light or at the end of that tunnel.
I don't know what I'm worth.
You know, and it's not a bad thing. We're all human.
Ocho.
What do you do that's so special than the next person?
Cook. Can you cook? Hey, can you cook some oxtails? I need to know, can you cook oxtails? What about saying, can you cook breakfast? Grits, eggs, sausage, bacon, French toast, pancakes. Okay, What about eggs Benedict? Make hollandaise sauce? Okay, you can't do that. Okay, what can you do? What's the this value that you speak of? What is it? Because I just want you to know a little something. Everything that you do, I can pay somebody to do it. Cook, clean, get my dry cleaning. Right. Hey, I don't pay them to sleep with me. I pay them to leave.
All women, like, we keep hearing this too, especially from these new modern women. They all swear they tens. They all swear they got the wop. I ain't never met a woman that honestly said she had bad vagina. I honestly never met a woman that said she had bad viscous innards. I swear I have never met a woman that said, yeah, my sex is mediocre. And they believe that because all of them have the same, like, y'all, that's the base model, but they all believe that they're bringing you something different. And at the end of the day, it really isn't no different than the next woman. What sets y'all apart, y'all don't even want to focus on, which is your character, your morals. Like the intangibles. Like, what are you bringing different than the next woman? Beauty is common. So how are you going to stand out from the next beautiful woman, or the next woman that got boobs, or the next woman that got a vagina? Because all y'all have it. At the end of the day, the outcome is still going to be the same. I'm trying to... it's all the same. But then they call you gay, or they call you sassy if you say this, because men that have experienced women understand it's like, dog, it's all the same. What changes is that woman character, how that woman makes me feel. Does she make me feel good? Does she speak life into me? Does she make my life easier? Like, they are not willing to do the work to get the man to do all of that extra stuff for them. They just believe that they deserve it because they are a woman. And again, like I said, I think that men are just waking up from the common man to the rich man, because we seeing how even these rich men are not even guaranteed loyalty. From the Tom Brady's to the Kakas to all of these other men, a lot of these women have built their wealth. Like the richest women in the world, they gain their wealth from divorce, not the man. So the man did all the heavy lifting. When they be spouting all these stats about so many women have houses, most women got their house from divorce. None of them actually bought it. So a lot of men are just waking up. They're waking up to the manipulation of women. And I highly recommend every man goes to get that book, The Manipulated Man, because I swear it'll turn you into a monk. It'll make you start really looking at women for who they are, instead of just looking at how attractive she is or trying to get sex from them. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
And my thing is, Ocho, I don't even feel like I'm the prize. I don't tell no woman I'm the prize.
No.
But you better. I don't know who. I don't know who told you that. It told you wrong. If you think you're the prize.
The internet really has made a lot of these women believe that they are some type of prize to be won. They are some type of prize for men to chase, because they get all this attention. And most of the attention that they get, if you're a logical man, you can see that they're from men that they don't truly desire. But then they expect you, because of their inflated ego, the man that she actually desired, they expect you to jump through all these hoops so you can pay her bills. So you can take her out on a $300 date while she checking out all these suitors. A lot of women don't understand that they have broke the social contract that a lot of men have agreed to from like eons and eons, with all these new demands and all this other stuff. And a lot of them get fed their attention through social media. We all know that attention is a woman's currency, but a lot of them get that necessity met through social media. That's why you see them post so many thirst traps. That's why you see them do all this. And it's not just for men. They get it from the sisterhood. When they, ooh, girl, that outfit banging. Ooh, girl, your body is T. And she could be fat, ugly, just whatever. Women will lie to each other to keep them single. And they get it from social media. They get that inflated sense of self from social media, these dating apps, and all this other stuff. Like I said, I believe this is an awakening for a lot of men, and so many men are pursuing other things in their own life. Like there's so many other things, like they're hanging out with friends, hanging with their family, picking up better hobbies, because at the end of the day, who wants a headache over harmony? Um who wants to be belittled and chastised about what you're not doing and all this other stuff, and getting nagged and have all these high expectations and demands, when you can just live a peaceful life on your own and catch a woman on a humbug? Because a lot of them is giving it out for free. Like they believe that you're misogynistic when men say a master key that unlocks every door is a master key, but a key that unlocks every door is a shitty lie. Oh, you're misogynistic when you say things are like that, or say stuff like, why buy the cow when I can get the milk for free? So unless all women get on the court and have the same set of standards that they're going to do, because women have had the worst PR run for the last 5 years. We keep seeing them get on all these platforms, whatever, all these different fresh and fits and all the other stuff, and they verbally say, and they're not hiding that they operate in these double standards. You'll let this dude hit right away, but then the dude that you expect to do all of this stuff, you're gonna make him wait. Like the logic don't logic. And you're messing with logical creatures. So a dude looking at that like, that don't make no sense. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. But if they had that standard across the whole board, like nobody's getting the cookies unless you meet these standards, then it would be understandable. But because y'all vocally say all these things that y'all do, y'all get on these platforms and overshare your stories and all this other stuff, men are not buying it. Men are waking up. But if you guys enjoyed this video, man, make sure you drop your comments down below, because this is crazy that a lot of these red pill talking points are going mainstream now. And I don't even call them red pill. I think it's just men understanding the truth. But I guess you have to understand the truth. So you got to call it red pill, because you do got these men that still believe women are all sugar and spice, and they all treat all men the same. No, buddy. We're learning that ain't the truth. But until next time, peace.